Hi, boys and girls. Today for Skills, Unit 6, we're doing Lesson 3. And let's jump right to our primary focus slide. I will be introducing to you your new little reader, okay? You will also be reading words with the sound spelled E-A, and we will be doing some fill-in-the-blank sentences. Let's take a look at our new little reader. And I want you to tell me what you notice about the cover. What are some things that you notice? How are the men dressed? It looks like they were dressed from a long time ago, right? That's what people wore long ago. And it looks like they're all in a boat. What's this little boy doing? What's he resting his arm on? That seems to be a cannon. A cannon was a type of weapon that was used long ago in wars. Okay, so maybe this boat is a warship. And where are they going? Where does it look like they're going? I could tell by this guy's hand, they're like kind of going towards that land, right? And what is on that land? That looks to be like it's the American flag, right? Our new little reader is called The War of 1812. Okay, and we'll learn all about that. Our new little reader is nonfiction, so it's written about true events to help us learn more about the War of 1812. Okay, let's move right into an introduction. This picture shows the United States, Great Britain, and France. They're all labeled there. A long time ago, the country where we live today, the United States, was not divided into 50 separate states like how it is now. Okay? And Great Britain and France, even though these countries are far away from the United States, they played an important role in early American history. So we're going to hear all about them. Okay, let's move to our next picture down below. That's a picture of Christopher Columbus in 1492. That is a long time ago. The year 1492. An explorer named Christopher Columbus sailed from Spain to look for a faster route to India and China. Those places had desirable goods. And by that, I mean they had gold and spices. Okay, Columbus thought he had reached India. So he called people he encountered. He came across the Indians. He actually had landed in and explored North America. Interesting. Okay. Let's go over here to that top picture. Those are pilgrims. And pilgrims were a group of people from England, which later became Great Britain. Okay, they sailed to America on a ship that was called the Mayflower. And the pilgrims came to North America so they could have a better chance at life. They could have freedom and practice their own religion. Let's look at the bottom picture. That is the Revolutionary War. Okay, that took place when America's 13 colonies fought for their independence from Great Britain. Okay, let's go on to the next part. Now, this is just an introduction, so I'm only giving you like key details here, or key highlights, excuse me. So the American government, all these pictures dealt with the American government. Right here we have the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4th. That's why we celebrate July 4th. It's all about independence. the United States declared or stated their independence from Great Britain. So it's America's birthday, okay? And that next document there, that next picture right here is the Constitution. The Constitution is the highest law in the United States, and it shapes the laws that affect many aspects of our life, American life. Okay, it details how the country should be governed. This bottom picture here, those 4 men, we learned about those. Do you know who they are? The founding fathers, it says right on the top there. Okay, we have George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Madison. They were the first 4 presidents after the United States won its independence from Great Britain. Okay? They did not have powers like kings have. You hear of kings having all this power. They actually had to work with others to make big decisions and pass laws for the United States. Okay? They didn't just get to do that themselves. That's where voting comes into play. But I won't get into that. Okay, next we have the British government. Okay, Great Britain had a very different form of government from the United States. There's King George III, okay? The King of Great Britain was not elected into position by the people he ruled. Instead, he became king because he was a son of a king, okay? Here in the United States, we vote in the president. They do not do that for kings in Great Britain. Okay, the British people do not have a choice for who becomes king. All right. That bottom picture there, I know it's kind of blended in, but this says where Parliament meets. Okay, this is the part of the British government responsible for making laws. Okay, let me go on to the next slide. We have early colonial life. Now, there were 13 original counties. They're all here in red, and we have learned about this. Okay, the beginning of the United States was not as large of a country as it is now. Okay, when people first came to the United States, so to speak, they lived in these 13 colonies. Okay, and those are for different reasons. They came to the United States for religious freedom or to look for riches. Okay, so they moved here for those reasons. All right, let's see. Then we have colonial farmers. Those are people living in the new country, survived through agriculture. And agriculture means land through farming. Living off of land through farming. Okay, so they farmed lots of crops and they lived off that land. Okay, then this next picture over here is an American port. Now, we talked all about ports. Does anyone know what a port is? Do you remember? It's where ships go to receive goods, okay? The United States sold goods such as cotton and tobacco to all these different countries, Great Britain and France. Okay, these ships that you see carried goods from the United States all the way across the Atlantic Ocean to Great Britain and France. Okay, then we have westward expansion. We talked all about that too. There's the horses and the buggies. Over time, people began to move west and explore the land in North America. Some of them were looking for gold, okay? And remember, that journey to the west was really rough, if you remember. All right, after our little introduction, now we're jumping into our vowel code flip book. And here's that sound spelled with E and A. For example, we have the word head. You hear EA working together to make that sound. Okay, activity page 3.1, you are filling in the blank, using the best word from our box to complete each sentence. Okay, and that is it for today for skills. So I introduced to you our new little reader, and the S sound spelled with EA. And you are completing this fill in the blank page. Okay, and that is it for today for that lesson. I hope you all have a great day.